the match referee, ready to get the game underway. It is Waterford's Michael Brick who won the toss before the match. Michael Brick Walsh from Stradbally, and he's decided to play from right to left in the first half. Very light breeze blowing across the field, favouring Waterford very, very slightly for the opening 35 minutes. Barry Kelly about to get the match underway, and the 120th All-Ireland hurling final gets going, and straight away there is a Kilkenny free for a foul there on John Fitzpatrick. We're watching some switches and some changes, and a little bit of aggro breaking out here between Seamus Prendergast and Tommy Welch. Prendergast having gone across straight away to play at left half forward on Welch.
Yeah, John Milan has gone full forward as predicted. Stephen Malumphey at centre forward and Seamus Prendergast on the wing. And the Kilkenny half forward line, Henry Shefflin at right half, Martin Comfort at centre, and Owen Larkin on the left wing with Richie Power at full forward. And Kilkenny are masters at this, Jerry. You know, they've done this so many times. Kevin Moore is the most inexperienced of the Waterford defenders. What do? They put Henry Shefflin straight out and to test him straight away. And this is what they did in the Ireland final last year as well. The target was young Seamus Hickey. So we'll wait and see how that one goes.
Well, they may be just starting positions for them as Henry stands over this first free and bids to give Kilkenny an immediate lead and succeeds. First point of the day from a free for Henry Shefflin, the man who came back from very, very serious injury after last year's All-Ireland final. You remember him going off at half-time. And already it's got a little bit hot and tense and heavy. Eddie Brennan being marked there by Owen Murphy. Puck out here, Waterford trying to get their attack underway with Jamie Nagle. And there you see Stephen Malumphey going down under the challenge. Free awarded, and a chance for Waterford to draw level immediately. Well, he's decided. What has he decided? Is it going to be a Waterford free in? It's got to be a Waterford free in. They're a bit reluctant to come across and take it.
There's no rush anyway to take the first one. Owen Kelly nice and relaxed. He's in on Michael Kavanagh, switch to the left corner, so obviously hoping he might be able to exploit him for a bit of pace there. And I see Owen Murphy has switched over on Eddie Brennan, so changes all over the field, but we expected most of it.
This is good coaching to tell Owen Kelly just to take his time with all of the frees. Nothing rushed, nothing hurried. Just inside the 45-metre line. On a very, very good day for hurling, he puts it nonchalantly over the bar, and the teams are level. Good start by the two free takers, the two number 14s.
Yeah, particularly for Owen Kelly, Jerry, you know, to settle first All-Ireland, and then, you know, 50 yards out, hard enough free and straight over the bar.
PJ Ryan fucking it out, going towards left half forward. Broken down as far as Jamie Nagle once again. Coming across to try and get in the action there was Owen McGrath, in there too Malumphey. Real stalemate situation. Comes back towards Martin Comerford. Nobody quite able to get a stick in it. Finally it is Derek Ling prodding it forward, but it's taken at source there, back by Tony Brown. And away into the half forward line for Waterford to try and make something of it, failing to do so. But they get a line ball. Tommy McIntyre from Antrim, the linesman on this near side. And the taker of this, as the manager look on, will be Kevin Moran. Two contrasting managers, one very, very experienced, one still in his rookie season, but unbeaten so far. Kevin Moran, not a good one. Easily taken up there by Derek Ling, going back to try and make an angle for himself to get that ball forward. Moran's back in position. Straight away pressurised, good pressure play there. Martin Comerford, shoulder coming in as well there. Came in from Henry Shefflin. Back to Ken McGrath. McGrath letting fly down towards John Milan. In as you heard at full forward. Chance just to try and swing the stick. He has possession. Owen McGrath calling for it. Getting free. Making an angle again. Good looking shot in over the bar. Good start by Owen McGrath. Oh, no, it's gone wide. Thought he was going to reach for the white flag that time. Well, it was an opportunity. Watch it again here. John Milan setting it up here for McGrath to hit. You remember the point he got from an angle like that against Tipperary. This one's outside, however. At the other end, it's Henry Shefflin. Advancing menacingly. Three going to him. Ball lost. Run back by Michael Welch. Trying to get the ball away. Out here as far as Dan Shanahan, back helping out Tony Brown. The loose ball picked up by JJ Delaney. Back once again, right into the goal area. Dangerous one for the backs to contend with. Owen Murphy trying to get the ball away for Waterford. Ken McGrath trying to help him. Little pick up here by Martin Comerford, trying to go this way and that. Back into the centre, Cha Fitzpatrick, the captain, staying back, taking the opportunity and swinging it beautifully high and over. Great point by James Cha Fitzpatrick, where Waterford might have scored at one end. Down come Kilkenny and make the most of their opportunity.
Yeah, Jaron, both teams have settled really well. You know, not Ireland final, 5 minutes gone, but you know, there doesn't seem to be any sign of nerves, and a lot of good hurling in the first 5 minutes.
Well, that's the first point to come from play, as Brian Hogan from O'Loughlin Gales has a loose man ahead of him. It's Henry Shefflin, and he's getting some mileage there against Kevin Moran, and Moran will really have to tie him up big time. That's another point for Henry Shefflin. And Kilkenny go into a 2-point lead by 3 points to 1, trying to make the start that they made against Limerick last year. Well, as you said, Henry going on to the inexperienced, the youngest player in the final, Kevin Moran, yielding results so far. Back comes Owen McGrath. Little hand pass ahead here, but did he throw it? Well, it wasn't thrown, but there was a chop down and an attempted chop down there. The referee pointed the finger at Owen Larkin for that. Watch it again here. Larkin coming in, and the referee says you came down onto the stick of the Waterford player. Couldn't quite see it from the replay, I must say.
Didn't look to be a lot in it, Gerald. You know, Barry Kelly trying to lay down a marker there early on and keep a tight control on the game.
Well, once again, it's going to be Owen Kelly. Right in front of the post, some 43 metres out, should make it. And he duly does. 2 out of 2 for Owen Kelly, showing he really is on form. Top scorer in the championship overall. Big role to play this afternoon. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of quality ball that the inside forwards managed to get. Ken McGrath's under this. Just about gets enough on it. Support arriving in there with Jamie Nagle in the thick of the action, surrounded by Kilkenny players. Hooped well there by Derek Ling, and an opportunity for Owen Larkin. Larkin swings it and puts it over. Great score by Owen Larkin. Yeah, he really is a candidate for Player of the Year this season, but more importantly, he wants to get his hands on another All-Ireland medal. The Army man does really well here. Ball that should have been cleared. Watch this. Good play there by Derek Ling. The dirty little play that players have to do. Come in there, win nasty ball like that. But he did it well. JJ Delaney once again, peerless at left half back, all the way in. Runs on here. Aidan Fogarty running into a challenge. Gets it second time of asking. Onto his left-hand side. The man who was man of the match in 2006 with his first point of the 2008 final.
Sure, I think we've seen in that passage of play what makes this great Kilkenny team. What a catch by JJ Delaney at left half back, and then a big high ball in, and that's what Kilkenny forwards will do. Here's JJ now under this ball, and he's done this so many times in the past. Unbelievable catch there, and a high ball in, and Martin, or the full forward had to fight for it, and Aidan Fogarty over the bar. Amazingly,
Kilkenny yet to miss an opportunity. Scored with all of their chances so far. Here comes Martin Comerford, said to have been under real pressure in training to keep his place, but he's lost the ball this time, and Waterford have it back. Owen Murphy. They've made a nervous, uncertain start to this game. He's shouldered out, but the referee says that it's going to be a 65. Fierce pressure coming in on the cornerback that time. Here he is again, unable to stay on his feet.
Good shoulder from Eddie Brennan. That's a part of his game that he's really worked on over the last few years, as well as hassling and harrying.
Henry Shefflin will be the taker of the 65. Brian Cody must be pleased enough with the way things have started. I'm not sure what Davy Fitz is making of it all so far. His team can go 4 behind after 9 minutes if this goes over the bar. Oh, straight as a die. Wonderful score by Henry Shefflin. Fabulous technique from the 65. Shefflin, one of a group of players going for a 6th All-Ireland medal this afternoon, along with Michael Kavanagh, Eddie Brennan, Noel Hickey, and substitute goalkeeper James McGarry. Again, the puck out target down towards Dan Shanahan. Doesn't get it this time. Kilkenny are scrapping, but Waterford have the ball back. Tony Brown into the centre here to Jamie Nagle. Into space. Good run across here by Owen Kelly, who's gone back into full forward. Being marked by Noel Hickey. Has he the measure of Hickey on this occasion? Trying for the shot, two players coming in to try and block him. Welch was one of them, Hickey was the other, and Hickey gets it away left-sided into midfield. Rising up for it here is Kevin Moran. Moran was being fouled by Henry Shefflin. The ball was coming in and he was being pushed. And he's got a blow to the side of the head as well. Henry Shefflin deemed to be the guilty party on this occasion. It'll be a free to Waterford. Physio out very, very quickly there to attend to the stricken player. That's Peter Kerwin. Well, Moran has seen a lot of the ball come down his side so far. Owen Kelly ready to come out and take this free. Again, he's in no particular hurry. This is what was happening. There was the shoulder from Ken McGrath onto Henry Shefflin. Don't you dare, he's saying. Here comes Kelly. 2 points from 2 frees earlier on, but this is from the middle of the park on a basically still afternoon. Looks straight, looks good, it's over. A third pointed free by Owen Kelly, and he's taking his time over each one of them. Nothing hurried, nothing rushed. Waterford wanting to remain competitive for as long as possible deep into the second half. That has to be their tactic.
I'd say they'd like to get a point or two from play now, just to settle a couple of the forwards.
This is going towards Henry Shefflin again. Runs on this time, Eddie Brennan trying to keep it in play, failing to do so. Line ball to Waterford. He was saying jersey was being pulled. It was. You could see it from here. The referee didn't spot it. Watch again here. There's the jersey being pulled there by Owen Murphy. And the Waterford back got away with it. Owen Murphy playing today in his 33rd championship match. He served under 3 managers so far, came into the team first day under the management of Gerald McCarthy. Good connection. Seamus Prendergast trying to make some headway. Referee again sees a wild pull. And we've got some news from the sideline. Let's get on to Marty.
Just a few observations, Ger. It's interesting to see Davy Fitzgerald telling Seamus Prendergast to fall back. He wants an extra defender. They are concerned about their full back line, and the word here on the sideline is he wants Dan Shanahan and Seamus Prendergast to drop back into the half back line as much as possible.
Thanks, Marty. That's interesting. Free once again here as Davy looks on, and his free taker in chief Owen Kelly comes out to try and hit this over the bar. 3 points so far. All of them from frees. Catches it well, but it's gone to the left, and this is the first one of the day that he's missed.
I don't think Brian Corey will be overly happy with the frees. Like that was a slap again. There was no danger. Ball out in the middle of the field, and Charlie came in with a stupid pull. And it's one thing that this Kilkenny team do a little bit is give away a good few frees, and they want to watch out for that.
Well, they're a strong, tough, and physical team. Comerford has gone into the centre here to try and break that and win it for Kilkenny. At the first time of asking, failed to do so. It is Waterford who have it there and lose it. Win it back again through Michael Brick-Walsh. Out once again here to the wings. Nicely taken here and then lost inexplicably by Jackie Tyrrell. But there's a support player, it's Tommy Welch. Into space towards Eddie Brennan. Murphy trying to get out ahead of his man. He's left him inside. Eddie Brennan trying to roll it onto his stick. Succeeds this time. Gets away from his man, and the referee not too far away saw the jersey pull this time, tugging back his man, and Eddie Brennan's wizardry earning Kilkenny a free. There you go once again. Well, he got the jersey the last time, he got the shorts this time. And it's Henry Shefflin who will be the taker of the free. Again, he composes himself because he's got a second or two. There's an injured player inside. It looks to be Declan Prendergast, one of 3 Ardmore players who are playing in the Waterford team this afternoon. Younger of the Prendergast by a year. He's 27. Big tall man as well, 6'2" tall. And I remember him having a wonderful league final last year against Kilkenny down in Thurles. There's the Waterford bench. Jerry Fitzpatrick there in the middle, the team trainer who was there during Justin McCarthy's time, has this team superbly fit. Top basketball coach as well.
And Henry Shefflin thought about the goal. He came out to give an instruction there, and Henry looked like taking a fast one to lob him. Like, who was it? Mikey Sheehy on Paddy Cullen?
Absolutely. That's a few years ago. Henry making it look very, very simple indeed. Well, the free takers between them so far have converted 7 chances. Henry has taken 4, and it is Kilkenny who lead the match by 7 points to 3. Too many of the scores so far, however, have come from place balls. We're looking for some more action from general play. There's Martin Comerford into space this time. One for the cornerbacks to run after. Eddie Brennan obliges, making a better angle. Oh, he's so fast, so dynamic. Great score by Eddie Brennan. He's known bad times in finals as well. Scored just 2 points in 4 finals that he played in, but he had a great final last year when he got a goal and 5 against Limerick, and that's a very promising start here against Waterford. 8 points to 3. Henry Shefflin once again for a Kilkenny team shooting brilliantly. Not a missed opportunity so far. Here comes Derek Ling, and Ling makes it 100% return from all opportunities created by Kilkenny. His first point of the day. Back into midfield he goes. Henry Shefflin, the creator. Great pace, great driving force here by the team. Great score.
And Jared, look at this for skill from Shefflin. Talk about, he has everything in his game and had the vision then to spot Derek Ling running through, but the Kilkenny half-forward line really going very well. Martin Comfort is handling an awful lot of ball at centre forward. He's not playing as a traditional centre forward. He's floating all out around the middle of the field and picking up a lot of ball, and they're trying to find Eddie Brennan. You can see that Tommy Walsh with the last ball, Martin Comfort with that ball into space for Eddie Brennan to exploit his great pace.
Oh, Michael Brick Walsh, team captain, causing the concern right now as the team doctor Tom Higgins goes out to join the physio. Well, the Kilkenny fans are certainly enjoying it so far. They're outnumbered, I would think. 2-1, 3-1 by Waterford supporters. Are you good at estimating the crowds?
Yeah,
and the colour?
It looks about 3-4 to 1, yeah.
Well, so far, a muted day for most of them. Haven't had enough to cheer about.
This is what Kilkenny do, Jared. They just breathe the life out of it. They win so much possession in the half-back line, and they make it so hard to get the ball down the field.
And it's Kilkenny again. Their work rate is so impressive. But this time John Milan says enough of that. Let's try and get some ball. But look at the number of Kilkenny players back. Still having some defending to do, and defending illegally this time as Owen McGrath is upended. And that's got to be a free into Waterford, and it should produce another score for them. Tommy Welch, I think the one who committed the indiscretion. Let's watch it again here. The man in the red helmet coming across, diving onto it. Well, the physio's been very, very busy. Bit more flow required. Kilkenny leading by 6 points.
And Waterford didn't even have a wide yet, Jared, from play. They're getting it very hard to get any room. A few frees, all right, but after that, they're getting it very hard to win any primary possession.
Owen Kelly will have probably the easiest free he's had all day here. High up into the crowd, but between the 2 posts, 4 points for Owen Kelly. And so it's 9 points to 4. Well, the way I see it, the half back line here is going back, helping the full back line, and the amount of space available to the inside forwards, McGrath, Kelly and Milan, is minimal. Puck out here, taken superbly by Owen Larkin, a point scorer already. Look at the number of Waterford players after him, still can't catch him. Well, he's lost it, regains his composure, and very significantly places it inside the left-hand post. 2 from 2 for Owen Larkin. 2 shots taken so far. Seemed to have run away from him, but he had time. There was nobody really closing him down sufficiently. But what about this for a catch? Magnificent by the man who was wearing the James Stephens colours on his helmet. Clinton Hennessy's puck out. This time towards left half forward. But not getting very much out of the Kilkenny back so far. Walsh going back, Malumphy there. But this time Malumphy was dragging back the man. Free to Kilkenny. And already you can sense the frustration among the Waterford forwards. Just not quite happening for them so far. Free for Kilkenny to be taken by PJ Ryan, their 31-year-old goalkeeper. Playing in his second All-Ireland final. Big, huge one down towards Eddie Brennan and Martin Comerford. Comerford breaks it for Brennan. And then in go the Waterford players. And it's Michael Brick Walsh who is fouled referee out. Well, he's got very little to view so far, because when the Waterford forwards, I notice, make changes, the Kilkenny backs stay in their positions. So Hickey stays number 3, Hogan stays number 6, and so on. And Tommy Walsh stays number 5. Here he is again. Huge one down. Not collected that time, however, but it is with Larkin coming through. This is dangerous. He's Eddie Brennan inside. Goal! The man with the goal touch does it again. There's no stopping him. 20 minutes are gone. First goal of the game is to Kilkenny, and Eddie Brennan gets his 21st goal ever in the championship. Look how open Waterford were, all going towards Larkin, nobody to Brennan, into the back of the net. Simple, effective, but from a Waterford point of view, catastrophic.
One of the easiest goals Eddie Brennan is ever going to get in the Ireland final. But Owen Larkin is on fire. What a year he's having. He's really the
110 to 4 points, Michael. It's looking like Limerick last year all over again. Back to Ken McGrath. Waterford have plenty of time if they're able. Coming out to take this one, Noel Hickey getting it away out as far as Brian Hogan, centre half back, getting it forward here. Again, there's an opportunity. Richie Parr trying to prod it forward there, and look how open they are again. There's another opportunity for Fogarty this time. First time stopped, second time buried. 2 in a row for Eddie Brennan. 2 goals in the space of a minute, and this final looks to be consigned to the ashes. 210 to 4 points. What a beginning. And Eddie Brennan just adds to the number of impressive goals he has scored so far. Fogarty with the first attempt, great save by Clinton Hennessy, but the poor goalkeeper hadn't a chance, not a prayer this time, and the Kilkenny Cats look to be on for their 3 in a row. Some performance. Back they come again. This is devastating. And Waterford are the ones who are being devastated. Larkin, hand passing it there towards Martin Comerford. JJ Delaney this time, again providing it inside. That time it runs too far beyond it. Clinton Hennessy has the easy pick up. Towards Owen McGrath, he was waiting for it. Tommy Welch doesn't wait, he gets out there first. Ball out over the sideline, and it's going to be a line ball to Kilkenny. And Brian Cody down there near the linesman has to be very, very pleased. But what about Davy Fitzgerald? It really is a Davy versus Goliath task at this stage, and I don't fancy his chances. Kevin Moran is down injured. There's going to be a slight delay before the line ball can be taken.
This is what Kilkenny do. They're absolutely devastating. When they get a chance of a goal, you know, they don't tap it over the bar. Aidan Fogarty could have taken an easy point there, but no, went for the goal. And this is what they do to teams, and what makes them so special. But all over the field, every one of the individual battles, Kilkenny are winning them, you know, and just a tremendous performance.
Let's talk for a moment while we have a break about that marvellous half back line of Tommy Walsh, Brian Hogan, JJ Day. They're winning all the puckouts.
They're winning everything, cutting out the supply, and then the forwards work so hard on the other end of the field.
Jamie Nagle this time, inside towards Dan Shannon. He's got to get going. This is the day. There may not be another, and he knows it. Well, he's pleading that it's going to be a Waterford line ball, but it's going to be Kilkenny's instead. And Michael Campbell has got to come across to take it, and they're very, very happy Kilkenny fans. They probably feel they've already got one hand on that Liam McCarthy Cup. 210 to 4 points. It's 2-3 to 0, I remember, after 10 minutes last year. Oh, that's a poor line ball by Michael Cavanagh, but it still works out. Cha Fitzpatrick anticipating. He's directing operations in the middle of the park. And JJ Delaney, former hurler of the year in 2003, to Ken McGrath. Blocked down well. Eddie Brennan coming out to show that he can hustle as well as score. Tony Brown after this one. 35 years of age now, from 65 metres out. This has to be very frustrating so far for him, but they need a goal chance, and Dan Shanahan might be the man. Dan going in, holding on a long time, and the referee says, you held on far too long, and it's play retention for Kilkenny and play out, and so they did. Out it comes as far as Michael Welch. Can the captain lead them? Out as far as Owen McGrath, fumbled, gets it second time of asking, then runs into traffic. It's Malumphey there to help him out. Too far with the hand pass. Prendergast trying to make something of it. Tommy Welch getting back, using the stick, getting support. The reinforcements arrive, still under pressure, and the referee's whistle sounds. And it's going to be a throw ball, I think. Not too many signals from the referee to indicate what he's planning to do, but there you go. We know what Malumphey's planning to do to try and advance at every opportunity. And the referee calls back the play, and it's going to be a free into Waterford for a foul on Stephen Malumphy, the player from Ballyduff Upper. Well, Dan is very, very angry. He felt he was fouled a few moments earlier. I thought he just held onto the ball too long, I must say.
We'll see it again maybe in a minute, but I thought that Dan Shannon last year would have had that goal, ball in the back of the net. He's just not as sharp as he was last year, and he's arguing with foul. I thought he was just good defending himself.
Well, PJ Ryan is poised because he fancies Owen Kelly might have a go for a goal here. I'm sure it's going through his head. Waterford need a lift. He's having a go. It's stopped by the goalkeeper, and Owen McGrath, the follow-up, has put the ball wide. It was a chance. He went for it. You knew what he was thinking. You knew he had to do it. Here he went again, and out came PJ Ryan in front of the other backs, got the stick to it. Then it was McGrath immediately in after, and he couldn't steer it in on target. Still 2-10 to 4 points.
A good save there, but follow up with a great chance for a goal there from Owen McGrath, just went wide.
Nothing's quite working for Waterford. And the linesman on this near side isn't too sure who got the last touch. We're going to have the throw in a moment. Let's go down to the sideline once again for some more news. Marty.
Thank you, Gerard. Just some debate here along the sideline. First of all, they moved Michael Brick Walsh to wing back to Mark Henry Shefflin, who's a real source of problems for them. Now they've changed their mind. They put Tony Brown back there, but Ken McGrath is going to act now for the moment as a sweeper with Kevin Moran, essentially the number 6.
Okay, well, let's see how that works out. It's going to be Kilkenny possession anyway. Chaff Fitzpatrick are ready to hit it. Well, first of all, Eddie Brennan, the man who's got 2 goals so far. 2 goals and a point. 1-5 last year in the final. I think it's probably the hamstring, is it?
It looks okay. I'd say, Jared, that move is more about Owen Larkin than Henry Shefflin. Owen Larkin was going to town there in the first 20 minutes on Tony Brown, and they've moved over Kevin Moore on him.
Chaff Fitzpatrick cutting it up brilliantly. Richie Parr trying to take it down, but there's a back there to help out. Declan Prendergast couldn't get it away, but Richie Parr can seize on the opening, and he puts it high and over the bar. First point of the day for the man from Carrickshock. Young teacher, stayed there, waited. Declan Prendergast was always in difficulty, the full back, and Parr was in there to pounce. 5 of the Kilkenny forwards have now scored so far. The only one out so far, Martin Comerford, waiting for his first score. Didn't score in the semi-final either against Cork. Owen McGrath out here as far as Tony Brown. Lobbed in there, waiting for Owen Kelly to come out to it. Little block down on it, really good block down on it there by Noel Hickey. Great full back play. Only his 2nd match in the championship. Not alone will he be thinking about an All-Ireland medal here, he'll be thinking about getting on the All-Star team as well.
Oh, you can say chalk it down, Ger. What a full back he is, just to come back after 11 months out and to pick up the way he has is just unbelievable.
Don't forget that Chaff Fitzpatrick was out as well with a long time with an injury, as that's hit in by Kelly. But once again, JJ Delaney, who did play full back when Hickey was out. Oh, what beautiful control here, and Henry just fails to take it forward sufficiently. Owen Murphy, as far as Owen Kelly, you're willing Waterford to get a couple of scores just to make a decent match of this, but it's not happening. Brian Hogan, challenged by Malumphy, support arriving immediately. It's Derek Ling, the man from Emeralds in Hurlingford. Back here to the wing back, Tommy Welch, huge one in towards Richie Parr, playing full forward this afternoon, breaking it down towards the danger man, Eddie Brennan again, shortens the grip on the stick and puts it beautifully over. A goal and 2 goals and 2 points for Eddie Brennan. He's having a field day. He's had 4 shots at the target. Credit Richie Parr for setting it up for him here. Lovely little shot over. He makes it look effortless.
He does, Jaron. He's become an absolutely brilliant big day player over the last few years. He as we said before, he had his ups and downs at the start of his Kilkenny career, being left off and taken off, but for the last 4 or 5 years on the big days he's just produced the goods year after year.
Well, nearly 29 minutes gone, as you probably guessed. Waterford haven't scored now for some 11 minutes of this final, and that is something which you can ill afford to any chance whatsoever of winning the title. And some words now on the part of the referee with James Chaff Fitzpatrick, and he's been shown the black notebook, so a little warning for the team captain. And
there's a little piece of skill there, Ger, a few minutes ago from Henry Shefflin there, where he flicked it. This is the first time you could hear ooh and ahs from the crowd. It was just an unbelievable flick. His awareness of space and where he is on the field, is incredible. He's really back to his best today, very, very sharp.
Once again, it's Owen Kelly taking this free, and Owen Kelly puts it over the bar. That's 5 points for Owen Kelly. But Owen Kelly and the other Owen McGrath, are the only ones to have had shots so far in this match. Owen McGrath, you may remember, was wide. I thought it was in, but it was just outside. Even when you saw the replay, that was confirmed. So 5 points for the day so far. Waterford's only scorer. PJ Ryan's puck out. Won this time by Waterford in the half-back line. Can they get the ball further away into their inside forwards? They're struggling all over the park. Here's Stephen Malumphey. He's had to come deep to get possession. Owen McGrath's after it. Ball went too far. Going down to try and take that. And the Waterford man is indicted by the referee. Noel Hickey, the player who's injured. You always fear for Noel, because it was about this time in last year's All-Ireland final they got an injury. It forced him out of the game. The referee has said that there was an illegal use of the shoulder there, and it's a yellow card for Owen McGrath, one of the Mount Sion players. Interesting Waterford team, incidentally, here when you look around. Not a player from Ballygunner in the starting 15. There it is again here. He was off the ground.
He was off the ground, yeah. Noel Hickey was very brave there coming out. Let's hope he's not badly injured.
Well, they're trying to get right behind their team. They've waited an awful long time. They paid big money to follow their team everywhere and anywhere. They came through the qualifiers. They're not going to give up on them. That's great faith.
It is. And you know, the thing about it is, you can talk all you want about building up and Davy Fitz having experience, but you have to a lot of time experience today and experience the All-Ireland final and maybe get better and come back again and win it.
Well, we're watching a terrific team in action. That's Kilkenny, and Richie Power breezing in on goal, stopped on the line as Owen Murphy got it out as far as Michael Welch, and that was another dangerous moment that they very nearly conceded a third goal. Way down by Owen McGrath to the inside forwards. Dan Shanahan trying to take on Noel Hickey, who's happily recovered, making a better angle, and Dan Shanahan is out of luck with his final shot. It was a very, very difficult angle anyway. If they start to do things individually and cease to play as a team, that will be bad. This was just a few moments earlier, and there was that kicked attempt there, which was scooped off the line by Owen Murphy from Richie Power's shot, or half shot. Straight down the middle with this puck out, beyond Martin Comerford, towards Richie Power, getting out there ahead of Declan Prendergast. Tony Brown coming into it, and Brown is injured. Hopefully we'll be able to continue. He's waited such a long time, man who was Player of the Year 10 years ago, and certainly feeling his head there. He played midfield when these teams met in the 1998 All-Ireland semi-final, got a goal in 3 that day, and you could see he was going down, and Derek Ling caught him with his leg into the side of the head. Painful. Well, the medical men will hopefully work the oracle. Scoring chances so far, Kilkenny have 16 scoring chances created and taken 14 of them. That is one of the highest percentages, I think, ever in a first half of an All-Ireland final. Waterford have created 10 scoring chances, they've taken 5, and they've all come from frees. 82,186 are watching this final, and they're watching quite a performance by the defending All-Ireland champions. Into space here, Owen Murphy. Tony Brown now, happily back on his feet again, inside towards John Molan. The ball's going in on occasions, it's not particularly good ball, but Kilkenny are just masterful all over the park. Derek Ling, in over the head of Richie Power this time. Clinton Hennessy called upon. Big one down towards Seamus Prendergast. Reaching up for it was Tommy Welch. It breaks towards James Shaw Fitzpatrick. Little hand pass into the clear there for Derek Ling, point scorer already. Up towards Richie Power. Again, the support players trying to come in, but Waterford under ferocious pressure at the back. Well, it's like a leaking dike at this stage, but the leaks are plentiful and all over the place, and hard to know where you start to do the repair work. Shaw Fitzpatrick with the shot, and Shaw Fitzpatrick with his second point of the game. Great score by the captain, leading brilliantly in the middle of the park. He's allowing Derek Ling to go forward on occasion. He stays back, he does the hard work, and when the ball comes out to him, he is unerring. 2-13 to 5 points, and there are 3 minutes of added time being played.
And Kilkenny no wide at all in the first half. And that must be some sort of a record as well.
Quite amazing. It's as near to the complete performance as you could expect, and Brian Cody, who's a tough taskmaster, well, he has to be very, very pleased with the way his charges have responded.
He has to be. Every one of them from 1 to 15 playing very well.
Yeah. Okay, the romance of the All-Ireland Hurling final was there. Waterford were performing in it. They haven't really performed in the first half. They haven't been able to perform because they've been up against one of the best teams we have seen at championship level for quite a long time. But from a game's point of view, as we're into stoppage time, we're looking for Waterford's response, if there's any. Tommy Walsh, that's added to there by Henry Shefflin. There was a hand there being held. It was the hand of Owen Murphy, and doing the holding was Eddie Brennan. Very satisfactory opening 35.5 minutes for him. 2 goals and 2 points. Tony Brown. It's been like facing into one of those hurricanes they're having over in the States right now. First half, non-stop pressure. Inside towards John Mullane. Can they get a point from play before the break? Oh, what a little steal there by Michael Kavanagh. The man who's playing in his 9th final. Out to Tommy Walsh. That was superb defensive work. Henry Shefflin carries it on. There's no stopping them. Little turnaround. He's got support players right and left. Brennan available. Goes for the score. Brilliant. Straight right over the little black spot. 2 goals and 3 points for Eddie Brennan. 5 shots taken, 5 scores, wonderful creativity, and this was absolutely wonderful.
Well, Jerry, you mentioned teamwork a minute, the Kilkenny team a minute ago. This is the ultimate team scorer. Michael Kavanagh, one of the most underrated players of all time, really played, 10 Leinster medals, 5 irons up the field, and Henry again laying it off unselfishly.
Derek Ling coming forward. They're not finished yet. They fancy another one, and that's over the bar. Great score. Richie Power's 2nd point of this first half comes in the 2nd minute of injury time. Maybe Derek Ling taking it around Ken McGrath, who was expected to exert a big influence, but there's simply no stopping Kilkenny. They are driving forward at Waterford at every opportunity. They are quite relentless. Hogan takes it. Wouldn't like to be picking a man of the match from the first half, I can tell you that much. They made 15 trophies. Down it comes again here for Martin Comerford to have a go. Well, he'd like to get his first point. And that's the first wide of the first half. Well, now the poor little man here has come to see his first All-Ireland final, I'm sure, and his beloved Waterford are there with his pals. I hope they're enjoying the sense of the occasion of being here in a wonderful ground, but they'd love their team to produce something special for them. Not with that pass, went astray to Derek Ling, and they are seizing on every loose ball that's been hit away by Waterford, and then they're availing of every opportunity at the other end. Owen Larkin holding off Kevin Moran's half-hearted attempt to challenge, and it's straight over the bar, and Owen Larkin 3 points from 3 shots. A real tour de force. Again, it's Larkin, another candidate for the player of the year this season. There's the half-time whistle, which comes as a blessed respite for Waterford. They've had an absolutely miserable first half. The first half has belonged to Kilkenny, the defending All-Ireland champions for the last 2 years. And what can Davy Fitzgerald hatch with his selectors at half-time? There'd want to be some plan, some master plan to take the title from Kilkenny at this early stage. Kilkenny have done really, really well. They've played terrific hurling. The Waterford subs are cheering their team off. They're trying to lift them more than cheer them, I imagine, because there's a lot of lifting to be done. Normal business for Kilkenny supporters at half-time. Kilkenny lead in the All-Ireland final by 2-16 to 5 points for Waterford. Michael.
I mean, it's the occasion has got to them. They're not bad hurlers, but I mean, they've been blown away by a better team. And just for the supporters that have come up and support them so well, that they go out and do themselves justice in the second half.
One change on the Waterford team, I understand Jack Kennedy is on for Seamus Prendergast, but let's go back again, second half ready to go. It's back to Ger Canning and Michael Dignan.
Two changes in the Waterford team at the start of the second half. Jack Kennedy is on, Shane O'Sullivan is on, Jamie Nagel's off, and Seamus Prendergast is off. That's from what I can see looking around here, and that I think is confirmed.
Yeah, Jaron, a lot of changes. Owen Kelly and Owen McGrath gone to the middle of the field. Tony Brown is centre back, Ken McGrath centre forward, Jack Kennedy on the wing, Brick Walsh wing forward. So nearly a complete revamped Waterford team for the second half.
Well, they've a long way to go. 6 points for Owen Kelly in this final, all of them coming from frees, and he's their only scorer, and the Waterford fans looking for something from their team to have made their journey somewhat worthwhile. So let's see how all those changes that Michael Dignan was talking about work out. Tony Brown, second time of asking, trying to get it away into the centre of the park. Ken McGrath leaving it behind to Henry Shefflin, who work as industriously as ever. Flinging it forward here, and the referee says you threw it. Well, it has been an old Kilkenny ploy at occasions, let the ball drop and then follow it on yourself in a congested area like this one here. Henry took a chance, hoped he'd be able to scoop it up onto his stick again. Well, he was, but the referee says you threw it.
Harsh enough.
Again, Owen Kelly seems to be first everything, going back to take this for a redesigned Waterford team. Going towards the left this time. Far too many of the Waterford team failed to have shots on target during the first half, and they really need some decent ball in there. And Dan Shanahan, well, I think he had one shot, but they need an awful lot more. Kilkenny won 15 of the 27 puckouts in the first half. Let's see how they do in the second. Trying to maintain their focus now. Shane O'Sullivan there arguing the toss. Shane picking up Owen Larkin for the second half. Larkin with 3 points from the opening 35 minutes. Top scorer, of course, was Eddie Brennan with 2 goals and 3 points. Cut in here diagonally. Opportunity to get this ball away and launch it down the field by Kevin Moran. Always goes for the little hand passes. Out as far as Owen Kelly. Inside towards Malumphy on the 40. Tommy Walsh trying to get it out, running into a challenge, and Jack Kennedy has the shot, and Jack Kennedy has put the ball wide. You remember the impact that he made in the semi-final against Tipperary when he came on, and he must have been very near the starting 15 in this final. That's 6 wide so far for Waterford. Huge task, huge ask for the Dacia men. PJ Ryan. Once again, Kilkenny trying to win their own puck out, succeeding. Little touch back down there to Cha Fitzpatrick. Inside towards Richie Power, making space for himself, showing good awareness of the presence of others as Eddie Brennan was going in. And once again, Eddie Brennan was hauled down. Free in. Should be a simple enough little free for Henry Shefflin to put over the bar.
Yeah, a huge part of the game today, I just feel, with Kilkenny is the teamwork. You know, the forwards, they're not just looking for their own score. If it's on, they'll take it, but they're throwing the ball around unbelievably well. And you know, it's a thing that I haven't seen to that level before with this Kilkenny team. They've obviously, it's a tactic that they worked on to create the extra man.
The team with great belief and great determination and wonderful ability. Henry Shefflin gets another. It's a 5th for the day. So he's had a very good afternoon so far. 2-17 to 6 points. Puck out this time. Tommy Welch against 2 Waterford players. Does enough on it to touch it down to Cha Fitzpatrick. Cha working as hard as ever, always going to where the ball might be, just in case it comes his way. Usually it does. Henry Shefflin, what a ball into the clear. Just ran a little way from Owen Larkin. O'Sullivan's after him, and it's a very crude looking challenge from Shane O'Sullivan. Very ungamely indeed, and the referee, I think, is going to have words with him. One of 2 substitutes introduced at half time. I mentioned there were no Ballygunner players in the starting 15. Well, he's from Ballygunner. First of those to come in. I wonder if we're going to see Paul Flynn at some stage. Referee still doing the writing and then flashing the yellow card. So that's 2 yellow cards against Waterford players. In the first half it was Owen McGrath. So Henry Shefflin once again, a lot of target practice for him. Always so highly effective. 6 points his tally for the afternoon. And he'll keep on doing that and enjoy doing it until the 70th minute. It's in the nature of Kilkenny to try and build up a big lead and then to add to it. They're not in the business of doing charity gigs. No sentiment where they're concerned, and it's hard to blame them. They are the best around, and Waterford are having to try and match that standard this afternoon, and so far failing badly. Short this time to Michael Kavanagh. Under pressure, Kelly's way back there. Started the day at corner forward, then went to full forward. Now he's back there and in difficulty. Declan Prendergast coming to his aid. Cross towards Tony Brown. Centre half back for the second half. Big one down towards Ken McGrath, trying to get into the game a little bit more. Man who's got an awful lot of hurling ability. So too John Milan, and the ball was picked off the ground by Milan. Cursing his luck, but he did go down and he did pick it up. And there's an injured player way down at the other end of the field, and it is Martin Comerford. And the team doctors across to attend to him. This is what happened here. Martin Comerford dragged down, came down very awkwardly. Tussling there with Owen Kelly. So immediately the medical officers in to attend. Robbie Lodge is the physio. The doctor on the right hand side is Ty Crowley. Long time associated now with Brian Cody's Kilkenny. What a machine Brian Cody has produced. What an outfit. And all the other teams have to match his standard. No good in saying it's always Kilkenny winning the All-Ireland. It's up to the others to get up there. Martin Comerford, I won't say he's okay, but he's limping back into the action. PJ Ryan has come about 40 metres out from his own goal to take this free. Ending up about 20 metres out from Waterford's goal. Here's Owen Larkin, jersey pulled by Kelly that time. Not enough latitude available to him. In nips Aidan Carney. Haven't seen a great deal of him in this final. And Henry Shefflin vigorously protesting the decision by the referee Barry Kelly. You would swear there was only a point or two in it. They're not going to give up in a hurry.
Picked it off the ground in here.
Yeah, did seem to pick it up.
I thought that originally, and then Henry was complaining about the steps. Look at it, 7, 8, 9.
Generous.
But you say, look at 18 points up in the Ireland final and complaining about a free.
Well, Martin Comerford is clearly in difficulty, and it's got to be TJ Reid who will come into the final as Kilkenny's first substitute. Generous round of applause for Martin Comerford and TJ Reid, the number 28 coming in here. Off goes Comerford, Reid coming in for his third championship match. Well, it'll be a half forward for a half forward. Meanwhile, the Kilkenny back's been asked a question or two, and that's going to be a line ball to Waterford. They're in a hurry. We're already some 8.5 minutes into the second half. Amazingly, Waterford still haven't got a point from play in this game. That was Jack Kennedy blocked down the first time. Reid's after him. Has it. Wants to make an impact. Wants to share in the glory that is All-Ireland final day for Kilkenny hurlers as Owen McGrath is tumbled to the ground. Free to Waterford. It's become scrappy. Referee having a word with Tommy Walsh for that. And that's a yellow card against the Tollerone man. So once again a free to Waterford. Owen Kelly is going to be the taker of this. Very near the sideline, as you can see, and that's the 65-metre line just to the left there, as we saw a moment ago. So it's a long distance out, and the Waterford followers giving their team every bit of encouragement, but he's put the ball wide. A luckless afternoon for Waterford. And they still have another 25 minutes or thereabouts to go, and it's all fallen terribly flat for Davy Fitzgerald. Larkin rising for this one. Little tap down as far as Derek Ling. Such understanding. What about the pace of Ling? And the decisive finish over the bar, his second point. Kilkenny's two midfielders have shared 4 points equally from play. Waterford at this stage in the game, after 45 minutes, still to get a point from play. John Mullane. Well, he's put that right. First point of the game from play, 45, nearly 46 minutes in. John Mullane is the scorer.
Yeah, that's an incredible statistic, Jerry. And you'd wonder, Waterford's build up and, getting ready for a big day like this, how they could turn up so flat on the day. With the, and it's hard to believe that you could come to an Ireland final and be as outplayed as they have been today by Kilkenny.
Well, Waterford have got 2 scores in the second half. Kilkenny have got 3. Waterford have to start from somewhere. Here's Owen Kelly, grounded. Richie Power trying to get it from him. Owen Murphy required to come from corner back. Eddie Brennan got in the way. A little steal away brilliantly there as far as Cha Fitzpatrick, the Ballyhale Shamrocks player, lobbing it in there. Comes back out again towards Tony Brown. Brown linking up with Shane O'Sullivan on the cornerback, getting it away downfield. But it's Tommy Walsh once again, takes it in somewhat devastating fashion. Great favourite among the public here. Out as far as the substitute TJ Reid onto his left-hand side, and he swings it almost nonchalantly over the bar. Lovely point by TJ Reid, WIT student. Great point, and it is 220 to 7 points. Well, he was all on his own, completely isolated, no mistake. And again, Tommy Walsh takes it away, aided and supported here by Jackie Tyrrell. 4 scores for the Cats so far in the second half. 4 shots. There's another one coming. It's on Larkin. No mistake. 47 minutes of the game gone, and Larkin gets his goal. Got one in the semi-final against Cork. He's got another here. Complete opening in the Waterford defence. They were throwing hurleys at him, but there was nothing to deny Owen Larkin this time. And it's 320 to 7 points. It's quite a display by Kilkenny. Mullane. Well, he's playing his heart out, but he's not having any joy. But that really was just another reminder of how lethal Kilkenny are when they get the openings down at the other end.
Yeah, Jaron, look, we saw TJ Reid before that. What a player for the future he is. A brilliant, already a Club All-Ireland in the bag. Same with the under-21s with Kilkenny this year, brilliant. And Owen Larkin has really developed into one of the top forwards in the game over the last couple of years. He's just having an outstanding game again today.
Don't forget that Kilkenny have another date here in Croke Park next Sunday. It's the under-21 final against Tipperary, and Reeds will be involved. Here he is, but this time the referee is whistling him back. Some of the crowd have decided they've really had enough. Hard to take. Don't blame them. Just wasn't their day. Mind you, Waterford were full value for their place in this final, and up against Kilkenny this afternoon you could start scratching your head and think in terms of thinking who else would give the Cats a decent match in the form they're in this afternoon. That's lobbed right in there dangerously. JJ Delaney getting there first. Second time of asking, still floating around the place there. Goalkeeper in trouble. Here's an opportunity still. Mullane cracking it over the bar. He was looking for a goal. He has to be content with the second point of the second half. This was a real opportunity. Dan Shanahan twice mishit the second time. Owen McGrath also trying to steer it on target. There was Michael Brick Walsh helping it back there as far as Mullane, and it elevated far too much up and over. Waterford's 8th point, not enough. He knows it.
To be fair to Mullane, and inside and full forward line, they haven't been getting any supply of ball at all in there, and he's had a very, very good year and looks sharp again today, but he's not getting enough ball.
Once again, it is Owen McGrath here. Back towards Shane O'Sullivan, running into all kinds of pressure from Kilkenny's half forwards. Henry Shefflin leading the charge. There too is Derek Ling. They are absolutely smothering Waterford for any kind of possible possession. Out to TJ Reid again, and he's having a field day. Over the bar, 2 shots, 2 points for the number 28. really enjoying his afternoon now. Another from Ballyhale Shamrocks, TJ Reid, straight over.
Yeah, you see the part of Henry Shefflin's game, you know, the tackling, the harrying. Owen Kelly probably feel hard done by that, didn't get a free there, but that, you know, Shefflin, for a player who's so decorated, the leadership he shows is unbelievable.
Comes back once again, this time to Kevin Moran, the wing back for Waterford, inside towards Dan Shanahan. They're all off after him. Referee had a look at it, decided no penalty, play on. Kilkenny do, their goalkeeper linking up with Jackie Tyrrell. Jackie is fouled, but referee allows play to go out as far as Tommy Walsh, and he does the clearing out into the centre. Kevin Moran can't take it, TJ Reid can. Little check him out stride there by Henry Shefflin. Into space, Owen Murphy going back, facing his own goal line. Pressurised by Richie Parr, linking up with Clinton Hennessy. Finally Waterford through Tony Brown, get it away into the centre of the park. Derek Ling was standing his ground there against Owen McGrath, standing his ground strongly and forcefully. Robbed by McGrath, taken up here by his brother Ken McGrath. Outside into the centre there towards Kevin Moran. Moran looking up, he has a support player, has a go himself. Oh, what a waste, what an opportunity, gonna begging again. And Waterford are gonna make a change. And Paul Flynn deserves his chance to play in an All-Ireland final. He's coming on for Owen McGrath. He has been troubled very much by an ankle injury for a long while now, Paul McGrath. There were concerns this year that he mightn't in fact play in the championship, but he's on. It's his 45th time to play for Waterford at the highest level. Kevin Moran winning it once again. Carney fumbling. Again the pressure play, but this time it's a foul. A little bit over-eager on the part of Henry Shefflin. It's unbelievable defending by the Kilkenny forward line.
It is, and you know, they're not just rubbing off lads, they're hitting them hard and they're putting them back, and it takes its toll as the game goes on.
You wouldn't bet against Kilkenny winning 4 championships this season. They've won the intermediate, they won the minor already, beating Galway. And they have more than half the job done here. Milan, high challenge there by Tommy Walsh, who's already been yellow carded, and he needs to be very careful. The referee pointing in the direction of the Kilkenny goal. Tommy Walsh just checking on John Milan's well-being, but that was very high, very dangerous. Has to be careful. Lucky not to get another yellow card. Very lucky.
Yeah, I think the ref.
Oof. If he hadn't one yellow card already, Michael, I think he would have got one there.
I think the referee was very aware of that, you know, and he
Yeah.
maybe sensible referee, you know, 19 points in it, or 22 points in it.
Well, sensible or not, he's got to be disciplined, and John Molan certainly felt it. John Molan has been disciplined this afternoon. His team needing breaks, lots of them. Big miracle, hardly going to happen. Owen Kelly had one attempt at a goal earlier on. It was nearer. This is on the edge of the exclusion zone, which means it is a good 30-something metres out. That'd be enough to put it over the bar. Second point of the second half for Owen Kelly. His 7 points have all come from frees, but he's got 7 out of 9. And hasn't been a good day. She spotted herself up on the screen. That's about the highlight of the day, I'd say. Kilkenny fans are probably already thinking, I wonder whether it'll be 4 in a row next year. And who might we play in the final? Ken McGrath keeping the flag flying, but misdirecting this one. That's a total of 10 wides for Waterford. Well and truly trounced. Hard to know just who would have given Kilkenny a better game in this year's final. We know the system. One other statistic besides that 321 that you see up there, the wides, you just spotted it there. Kilkenny with only 1 wide in the final, an amazing stat. Tony Brown, Malumphey tried to add to it, trying to get it out of danger, but the ball back in their own 45-metre line. And here's more trouble. Derek Ling again, letting fly. It's going to be one of the biggest beatings in an All-Ireland final, I'm afraid. And Derek Ling administering yet another one to Waterford. This point from some 50 metres out. Great score, his third. Cats still to strike a wide during the second half as JJ Delaney gets onto it. This time, total mismatch. Eddie Brennan stealing a march on Owen Murphy. Reinforcements arriving there as Kevin Moran was trying to come in and help. But Waterford are all over the place. That's Aidan Fogarty. He's only got 1 point so far. He's now got a second. Beautifully decorated move once more. And they're really relishing watching one of the best teams ever to play in the championship, going for their 3 in a row. And that was a great score. But it's a great score with an opposition well and truly beaten. Here's Milan again. He's got 2 points from play, playing his heart out, but running into a cul-de-sac. And TJ Reid, full of energy, full of life, belting it a good 50-60 metres down the field. Richie Parr, the young teacher, taking it on here. Little hand pass across here to Henry Shefflin, and Henry Shefflin fires it over the bar. He's now got 7 points in this final. Man has made a great recovery from a cruciate knee ligament injury that kept him out for best part of 8 months. 324 to 9 points. Owen Kelly going backwards. JJ Delaney helping the ball forward as far as TJ Reid. It's just shooting practice. Never quite seen anything like this. Last year's final, Kilkenny versus Limerick, was a good deal more competitive, and that game was deemed to be over after 10 minutes when Kilkenny were 2-3 to no score up. This second half has just been a procession. He knows it. Just made 1 substitution so far. I wonder, is he in a benign mood and ready to give some of the other subs an opportunity? Can't afford to. He knows it. Cha Fitzpatrick outside to Tommy Welsh. Nobody near him. Clinton Hennessy required. Well, they took Kilkenny's league title from them last year, Waterford, in thirless in the final. They're not going to take the All-Ireland title from them. That's been evident from a long, long way back. Cha Fitzpatrick again, anchoring midfield superbly. I mean, if you were picking a team of the year, hard to know how many of the Kilkenny players you'd leave off it. I don't envy those who have to do it. Are you going to do it on the Sunday game later on tonight, Michael?
I'll be there tonight. You know, you have to be honest.
Good luck to you.
Well, you have to be honest about it. There's very few players that Kilkenny leave off if they had a choice of every player in the country. Who would they leave off their team?
I don't know.
Or who would you put on it instead of any of them? They're just an awesome team.
Thinking of players like Shane McGrath of Tipperary,
would you drop Lingard?
I don't know who you drop. Make it a 16-team game. Here's Cha Fitzpatrick into space, cut out here by Owen Murphy. Shane O'Sullivan helping it forward. Still about 13 minutes of this final to go. And Noel Hickey and the colleagues being very, very disciplined, just going about their business. Not taking it lightly, and that's a tribute of their professional approach in what is an amateur game. And they've decided, look, come on, let's get on the buses, let's get on the cars. It's a mighty long way back.
Yeah, Gerard, I was talking to a fairly senior Kilkenny player, I won't say who it was, a couple of weeks ago, and I asked him what did he think about Waterford, and his answer said it all. He said, he went quiet for a second, he said, we haven't really thought about them, so we're just worried about ourselves. And you can see that in their performance. They're not interested in anybody else, they're just focused on their own preparation. They have matches down in Kilkenny in Nolan Park and training, which I believe are just unbelievable, the intensity of them. And if you took the Kilkenny subs, you'd have a fair inter-county team out of that 15 that's there, so you know, just very hard to see any weakness. And over the next few years, it's going to be very hard to see anybody challenging them.
4 in a row, here we come, I think, already. Here comes TJ Reid. Brilliant, brilliant. But you'd wish for stronger competition. 4 points for TJ Reid, replicating on what Richie Parr did last year. He came on as a sub as well, also got 4 points. And now it is 34 points to 9. And I know of one married couple who were here today, Willie and Tracy Parr. Married yesterday, not enjoying it, Waterford fans. We caught a glimpse there of a few minutes ago in the crowd leaving the ground of some Galway fans, and they were very misfortunate to lose to Kilkenny this afternoon. Owen Kelly waiting, and James McGarry is going to come on in just a moment. There he is. Popular man. He'll win his 6th All-Ireland medal. And Waterford at this stage are almost a sideshow to what's going on elsewhere, as Owen Kelly puts over his 8th point, 23 points to 10. PJ Ryan, who's been a sub himself in goal for so many years, off he comes, and on comes James McGarry, who had tragedy in his life last year, and his young son Dara, and they'll be so happy, and so will the fans. That's a lovely moment. So James McGarry will win his 6th medal on the park, and well done PJ Ryan. And James McGarry has never won an All-Star. It's his 35th championship appearance, and he doesn't concede many goals, you know, in finals, and he's never won that coveted All-Star award. He sits there now, and that's PJ Ryan watching. Well, I wonder, will James McGarry get a shot to save?
I wonder, will he get another puck?
Here comes Shane O'Sullivan. Loose ball picked up here by Malumphey, spooning it forward there. After all the build-up down at Waterford, I was down there during the week, and every village, every town, Ballyduff, where Malumphey comes from, decorated. So much disappointment for them, and that's beautifully taken by Brian Hogan. Scarcely put a foot astray. Ditto Noel Hickey back there, although he's pressurised here by Owen Kelly. Dan Shanahan under this, back at right half forward at this stage. I was mentioning that Galway were unfortunate to lose the minor, but a very late goal conceded by Galway against the Kilkenny Miners. One Galway man, Mark Lane, son of Noel, watching it in Brisbane today. He'll be disappointed to hear that. Disappointed with this final as well, I think, in the senior grade. Hasn't been what we hoped it would be. Here's Henry Shefflin. Little hand pass to TJ Reid. Clinton Hennessy. Oh, even he's getting nervous at this late stage in the match, with still about 8 minutes to go. Shane O'Sullivan walloping it way down. Easy one for Jackie Turrell, who's been a former captain and needed a second touch, but he did it well. Got it out to Tommy Welch. Nicely into the centre here. Derek Ling. Big signs in Hurlingford as well for Derek Ling going into this match, wishing him the best. And there is Cha Fitzpatrick with the final piece of the jigsaw, but
the ref put him off.
Didn't exactly. May have done so. Another change coming up here.
Jerry, you'd have to say TJ Reid's this performance as he come on. The young player, he's nearly a contender for man of the match. He's only on the field about 15 minutes. He scored 4 points from playing. He's involved in everything. He's all over the field. Just incredible.
Absolutely. Well, Tom Feeney, number 25, has just come on, and that's great to see as well. Good to see that he gets a chance to play in a final, and Dave Bennett, both deserving their opportunity. Well, the public address man already telling people to the stewards to get into end of match positions. They all know what's happening. Kilkenny simply running away with this. JJ Delaney off the post it comes, down towards the aforementioned TJ Reid. I think he fancies the chances of a goal maybe here. Recycling this one too far. Game of shambles now. Ken McGrath. Tommy Walsh taking it out. Not nice to see a team being destroyed in an All-Ireland like this, and that is a very dangerous blow on TJ Reid, and the referee will have to deal with that. Going in there, calling aside Kevin Moran. I know it's frustrating for all of them, but the referee is warning him, no more of that. And he's being somewhat charitable. Oof.
Didn't even give him a card.
I don't think he even issued a card. I think the referee may well have decided that at this stage,
as
a contest, this is over.
He's given him a card now. He just let it settle.
Well, now there is a yellow card, yes, as you say. Took a while to give it. That was deserved, can't have any complaint. It's a free in to Kilkenny. Henry Shefflin will take it. The scorer of 7 points in this match so far, with just about 5 minutes to go. And real target practice for the great man himself. Made no mistake. Lovely technique taking his frees, but then he's full of confidence and he's had lots of practice in this final. Won here well by Stephen Malumphey. Trying to gather pace, trying to go forward, and Derek Ling comes in, taps it away from him. Only as far as John Milan, who as ever is anticipating an almost impossible angle, but a great point by John Milan. Waterford's top player, no question about that. And remember when they started the championship back against Clare on June the 1st, he was their scorer-in-chief as well. I think he got 8 points that afternoon on a disappointing afternoon for Waterford. It's another disappointer here, but Milan hasn't left them down. Broken out here again to Malumphey, operating around the middle of the park just now. JJ Delaney. Straight to Tony Brown. Taking it in. And again, Kilkenny are chasing and hustling. Here we have Eddie Brennan, the one who is doing the chasing. Well, now Waterford looking for something from this. Maybe a goal, but Kilkenny haven't conceded goals this year's championship. Don't do so. Back again it comes. And that one has gone over the bar as well. Nicely scored, and it's Dave Bennett who takes the credit. His first point. And Dave was one of those also to star in that match, even though it was in defeat against Clare down in Limerick. Well, he's got a point here. Waterford have 12. 3:27 to 12 points. James McGarry now with his chance to puck this ball out. Towards TJ Reid. Beyond Eddie Brennan, Tony Brown. Into the inside forwards it comes again here towards Jack Kennedy. He was fouled by Tommy Welch. And another free to Waterford. 24 points the margin. It was 17 at half time. So it's going to be Owen Kelly who will hit this one. Like Henry Shefflin, he scored 8 points in this final. Nicely done, accurately put over the bar. Well, it won't be any consolation to him that he's got so many scores. 9 out of 13 shots at the target for Owen Kelly. But Waterford fans so disappointed. They'd come here in their thousands, full of hope. One of those you never know possibilities for Waterford. But then they were up against the champions. And these champions just don't take it easy. I don't think Brian Cody would allow it. Goes back, as Michael Dagner was saying, to their training. Here's Michael Brick-Welch on as far as Milan. Will he get another one? Look at the number of backs to close him down. Back out it comes to Kelly. Stopped! And it's in! Owen Kelly. A mistake by James McGarry, who appeared to have it covered. And it's 1:13 to 3:27. The goal coming in the 69th minute. Oh, he should have had that one. Didn't take it, however. And McGarry letting the ball in past him. And Owen Kelly with a goal and 9. 1 minute of additional time will be played. Back out it comes here to Owen Larkin, and Larkin knocks it over the bar. He's got a goal and 4 points. He'll be very, very satisfied with his afternoon's work. Sadly, the match failed to be a serious contest because Kilkenny were just masterful and in control in every area of the park. It wasn't a weak link. And we know what Eddie Brennan did in the first half. Ah, he's got another. That's 2 goals and 4 points now for Eddie Brennan from 6 shots. Can't ask much more from your forward than to hit the target each time, and that's exactly what he did in the final minute of the match. Held on to here by Michael Brick Walsh, trying to advance, throwing it out there, but throwing it straight to a Kilkenny player who was anticipating, Cha Fitzpatrick, that player. Well, Cha Fitzpatrick is another one of those to come back from injury, and he's played another sterling match, anchoring the centre of the park, marshalling everything, and there's a yellow card there for Milan.
The range of play, 323 from play. Just look, Cha 2 points, Ling 3 points, TJ Reid 4, Richie Power 2, Owen Larkin 1, 4, Eddie Brennan 2, 4, Shefflin 2 points in play, and Aidan Fogarty 2 points. It's unbelievable.
So the final half a minute of this All-Ireland hurling final. That's towards TJ Reid. Aidan Fogarty will fancy there's a late score for him there. And it's over the bar. He was right. It's a 3rd point for the Emeralds man. So 3 goals and 30 for Brian Cody's team. 113 for Waterford. We're just awaiting the final whistle. It's quite a victory for Kilkenny. There was never any doubt. The final whistle, they beat Waterford by 23 points. The management doing a terrific job. The most complete performance in an All-Ireland final that I think I have ever seen by one of the greatest teams, if not the greatest. I'll leave that to hurling historians elsewhere. But well, the Kilkenny fans and their team may celebrate right now. They created 38 scoring chances. They took 33, only missed 5 in the most terrific and exhilarating performance they've ever seen and given here. They'd only 2 wides in the entire match. There's some team, it's 3 in a row. Well, who's to say, Michael, it won't be 4 in a row in 12 months' time.
Yeah, Jerry, you'd have to say very, very disappointing game. Very poor performance by Waterford. You can make all the excuses about not being used to the final, but really they just didn't turn up. I think there'll be a little bit of a debate about Justin McCarthy and raise his head again during the week. Down a lot of people down in Waterford disappointed over that during the year. But this is all about Kilkenny. This is an unbelievable team. From 1 to 15, right throughout their subs, a brilliant manager. They have it all, and they're great sportsmen, great skill, unbelievable scoring, and that is to me one of the great performances. But these are to me the greatest team. If there has been, how could there be a better team than these? They're not out there. Noel Hickey, JJ Delaney, Michael Kavanagh, Cha, Henry Shefflin, Eddie Brennan, they're going to go down as some of the greatest players of all time. Well, they already are, but in history it's going to be even kinder to them. And I think Shefflin really is the leader of the pack, and again today his teamwork, he's thrown the ball around. JJ Delaney gave an immense performance just everywhere that you look, and well done to Kilkenny. They're a great hurling county, and you have to say I'm delighted for them that they got to 3 in a row and to go ahead of Cork now on the roll of honour list.
We've seen the 2 sides of the All-Ireland final story, victory and the vanquished. We saw the vanquished leaving Brian Cody, the most successful manager in the history of senior hurling. That is his 6th All-Ireland success. He may have lost the first one to Jimmy Barry Murphy's Cork in 1999, but he came back strongly in 2000, and he's learned the winning habit, and that is some record. You count the National League titles as well, the Leinster titles also, and that's what it's all about. The Liam McCarthy Cup, first presented in 1923. Limerick were the first winners of that. It was the delayed 1921 final, I seem to think, or remember reading. Today was all about Kilkenny. 31 counties may have wanted Waterford to win it, and that's understandable. But listen, 32 counties should stand back and salute a wonderful, wonderful team.
Yeah, and I think they will. I think they will, Ger. Just on Waterford, you'd have to say that this Waterford team, Ger, over the last 10 years have given absolutely unbelievable entertainment. Some of the hurling that they played throughout the decade has been brilliant. It's a sad way to see, a team finishing up, but they'll need to go back now to the basics and rebuild the team. And they've had some success with colleges level over the last couple of years down there, but they need to go back to the roots. And as you say, every county has to look at them and try to get to that standard. And that's going to be it's going to be very difficult for it. But Tipperary be disappointed. They're building for the future. They'll be disappointed they weren't in a final today. So I think this Kilkenny team are going to be around for a while. But let's hope, and every other county will respond, including Offaly and Wexford in Leinster. They're not going to lie down, and Look, well done to Kilkenny, great win.
Well, Kilkenny took the lead in the first minute, and this is how it all finished. Final score: Kilkenny 3 goals and 30 points. Waterford, a disappointing 1 goal and 13. Michael.
Ger Canning, Michael Dugan, thank you very much indeed for the moment. Up here in our studio we have Cyril Farrell, Anthony Daly and Tomás Mulcahy, and I'm sure the three of them, like myself, want to add their congratulations to Kilkenny. Cyril Farrell, most teams are chasing an All-Ireland hurling title. These guys are chasing legend.
These are immortal. I said after the semi-final, I felt this could be the best team ever produced by Kilkenny. I thought they may not be able to produce the performance that they produced in the semi-final, because I felt that if they produced that again, they beat the peak of Tip and Waterford, but they were even better today. Like from PJ right out the whole way up, it was a fantastic team performance. Full back line brilliant, half back line midfield completely on top, brilliant hurlers, up front great forwards, and like you have the likes of say TJ Reid come on. I think you get 4 points in the play. You said you get 4, I said you get 5 or 6 but like they have a great team. They're so far ahead of everyone else, Michael. It's frightening for other counties, because I think even today they'll be all saying Waterford occasion got them, but I don't think anyone would have lived with Kilkenny today, and it's about time to recognise that this to me is the greatest Kilkenny team of all time.
Even if the occasion did get to Waterford, if they had played this absolute maximum, they still probably wouldn't have won this, as Cyril said, Anthony.
No, Michael, they wouldn't have. Nobody would have lived with them today. Nobody could live with them in the semi-final, and they were even better today. I know Waterford didn't bring any kind of a game to the table today, but at the same time you have to just stand back and admire, like trying to pick a man of the match over it, like it's nearly impossible. Like, you know, they were awesome all around the field, and you know, there's a few inter-county managers' jobs up for grabs at the moment. Like, I'd say there'll be a few fellas cancelling their names off the list this evening when they sit back and think about it.
I was just saying earlier on, I hope Galway don't get to an All-Ireland final until Cody quits.
Remember those years ago, Michael, when Kerry were going for 5 in a row? They put out this famous tape about the 5 in a row. I think they can start preparing the script here, because like these guys are relentless. Like, I mean, you look at the strength and depth that's there in the subs bench that didn't get a run out today, you know. And if 1 or 2 decide to go, it will all be freshened up. And I mean, I'd say Cody will be staying there again for the 4. There's no doubt about it. Why should they go? Why should they go?
There was one occasion there in the second half, Michael. They were way on top, but they hunted like bees or wasps, blocked down. Eventually got a score. And like, Cody's had to refresh this, you know, these kind of rejuvenating every year, but like no one in Kilkenny will want to go. Everyone will want to stay in, and even all the young lads at the ST, even to go in the panel to make up 50 this side, they're going to get there and jump at their occasion. I know the Reeds playing with Waterford IT, they're mad to get on. Yet one of them got on today, like stuck his claim, and you know, with comfort with on, and like that's what you have there. But they're so far ahead of everyone else, it's frightening.
And another thing about it is Anthony Daly, and you can see from the people on the pitch and the colour and the excitement of Kilkenny people have bought into this. I can go back 7, 8, 10 years going down doing preview stuff in Kilkenny and see a flag or two here and there. They're all buying into this.
Yeah, and I remember Michael being here even in 2002 when they beat Clare, and you know, with good seats there in the Hogan stand and waiting for the presentation, and the supporters streaming out past us, like, and I thought it was just a bit Andy Comfort, I think, was captain. There wasn't that many in the field, but they really have bought in as a kind of as a county nation to it. This is their team, and
they do play it on the edge, Michael. They do play it very, very close to the bone, but the reality is they play a great style of hurling, and they entertain us. They give us goals. I mean, important goals on big occasions like today, you know. And that's pure entertainment.
Well, behind me, gentlemen, down on the pitch and indeed up on the Hogan stand, Nicky Brennan, of course, an All-Ireland medal winner with Kilkenny himself, and proud president of the GA. He's making his speech at the moment, and he's about to hand over the Lee McCarthy Cup.
I think you have set new standards. You have set the bar much higher for everybody else. I don't think anybody can say now without any doubt, this is now Kilkenny's greatest hurling team of all time. And for that we thank people around the clubs of Kilkenny, the primary teachers, the second level teachers, the county board, the board and all, and everybody who worked in harmony to ensure that we get here to Croke Park on All-Ireland final day. That's why I'm bursting with pride today. And I want to thank referee Barry Kelly as well. I know the two teams made it easy for me. Agus is Monmore and Fiblin, done 3 over in Alicante, on Corn and Runner and Captain Kilkenny. Agus the last shot, Tasha Charpis pattern.
It's a great Kilkenny moment. Nicky Brennan, Kilkenny man, to Chop Fitzpatrick. Kilkenny are the All-Ireland champions for the 31st time. Kilkenny have just done the 3 in a row. What a fabulous moment it is for Brian Cody. So disappointing for Waterford. Not their day.
Outdrawn coming Lucas Gale. Agus Cardigan there. It's not on more Dunsa. A very Shaswell shot. Agus on Curly McCarthy all. To our son, Fern Kilkenny. Tommy Tushop take that tonight. Our Trace on Conmore Shin. Of Tom Dundalk Creory. Today is a monumental day for Kilkenny Hurling. It's been almost a century since we last achieved this feat. In 1934, it couldn't be done. In 1976, it couldn't be done. In 1984, it couldn't be done. In 1994, it couldn't be done. In 2004, it couldn't be done. By God, 2008, we reached the top. Such an achievement didn't happen overnight. It's been manifested over several years. There are many people I want to thank. First and foremost, the marvellous and tremendous players on the Kilkenny panel all along here. They're the most talented players and most committed players I've ever come across. So give it up for the Kilkenny player on the panel. I'd also like to mention the club players in Ballyhale Shamrocks. Only for those guys who wouldn't be standing up here. So fair play, lads. I'd like to thank all our sponsors, in particular Avonmore. As champions, we'd like to keep this the #1 brand in the future. Cheers, lads. We have a marvellous backroom team through the year. Starting with our physios, Robbie and Claire, Roisin, Dr. Tony Crowley, dietitian Noreen Roach, and our kit man Dennis Racker Cody. I'd also like to thank the staff of Seafield and Hotel Kilkenny who looked after us well during the year. Not many people know this, but we had a former Meath footballer in talking with us this year. That's Jerry McEntee. He's a great motivator, so thanks Jerry McEntee. I'd also like to thank David Langton for looking us after all year. He gave us plenty of steak. I'd like to thank our two trainers. Noel Richardson, he's fitter and faster than most of us here. And Michael Dempsey, who is always looking for improvement in the players, so thanks lads. To our selector, Martin Fogarty. Martin, you can take satisfaction from today. All those decisions made over the last number of years are justified today. Cheers, Martin. The next man I want to talk about has been the driving force behind Kilkenny hurling over the last decade. This man would not be happy until the 3 in a row was achieved. Will you please give it up for the greatest manager of all time, Mr. Brian Cody? I'd like to thank the Waterford players for the great commitment they gave during the year. It's easy for us up here saying that she'll be back next year. No doubt she will. But just like to compliment you on the way you set the championship alive again this year. So 3 cheers for Waterford. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Finally, I'd like to take this moment to remember the people who are not with us today, friends and family members. Everyone has their own special person. Arish Rav Sheehan. Finally, I'd like to thank all the supporters. We'll see you back in Kilkenny tomorrow night.
What a captain and what a speech. James Shaw Fitzpatrick delighting the masses. Oh, they'll remember this day, all right. And the great goal match will be taking place during the week when Kilkenny will be in action down in Nolan Park, and let's hope that is supported. So Kilkenny win the 120th All-Ireland Hurling final, win it very handily as well by 23 points. Some great moments here, Michael, for the Kilkenny players going through to lift the cup and just to relish this special occasion.
Yeah, well, you know, I can only dream about what it must be like to win 3 All-Irelands in a row, and the feeling, you know, in such a hurling county, to set themselves apart from all the great players they've had over the years will just be something special for this bunch of players, you know. And go back to Kilkenny during the week and what it means to the people down there. You know, Michael was saying it there in the studio with the lads about the people in Kilkenny buying into it. And that's what's happened down there over the last 10 years. Structures have been put in place at underage level. They have 3 under-14 development squads with 30 in each. They have it at under-15, under-16. They're all ex-county players that are over the squads, and the whole county is in it together. And you know, they have a small enough amount of clubs down there, and you know, not huge at all. But hurling is everything to them.
Richie Mullally there.
Richie Mullally, great players that didn't even get a run out there
Jackie
today.
Tyrrell, who was holding that cup as captain just a couple of years ago. PJ Ryan.
You know, there's lads
Richie Parr.
Lads like John Dalton and PJ Delaney played during the year on the team. You know, they'll be blooded for next year. And you know, but it's hard to see any of those guys that are there having, you know.
And the last man coming up here, number 2, 9th final today, 6th All-Ireland hurling medal for Michael Kavanagh.
Yeah, he's to me one of the all-time greats, and you know, very low-key performer, very economical hurler. But they'll all be back again next year, and they'll be going for this 4 in a row next year. We'll be talking about, and who's going to bet against them now? They'll probably be odds-on favourites even before a ball is poked.
No doubt about it. They will be back again.